Guys, it is 12:41 a.m. That's right. I'm still up and I'm going to start the Medieval-A-Thon now. Because, you know, that quarantine life, why would I go to bed early? I don't have anything to wake up for in the morning. Like anything scheduled. As predicted, I didn't really finish Ironside from last month. Yesterday even. So I really want to smash through this so I can start my TBR books. Spanner in the works. I actually have some things that have come up that are going to eat away some of my time reading, which is okay, but I was just really hoping this could be like a knuckle down readathon where like I can become a superhuman, where I can like ascend and become a god. I am living my dreams of being a librarian. So at the drama school I work at, Perform Australia, I've been tasked with organising, colour coding them with stickers, like maybe some like filing cabinets, and hopefully cataloguing them into like a system. I'm gonna stop procrastinating. There's just a lot to say, and I'm going to try and read this. I don't think I'm gonna super love it because these have been a bit like trashy, like, so it's been like okay, but like I don't know, maybe I'm starting to get taste. Sorry, no shade. I'm hoping Cruel Prince is gonna like step it up. Alright, hello and good morning. I didn't finish Ironside last night because I just conked out. So that's the goal for today. But also before I properly get started with my day, I'm going to try and do a Bujo spread for Medieval-A-Thon. I'm not very like good at visual arts, but I'm gonna give it a good old go and hope stickers help me out. It's now 12 PM. I've finished it so far. It's pretty bad, but it's gonna serve its purposes. So I've got like the ranks here that I'm gonna colour in each one as I read it, and then write the book title like down, going that way. And then over the page I have all of the prompts and some shitty drawing. And then I'm got like a tracker over here. I haven't really ruled anything out just because I'm not really good at that. But this is just to keep track of like how many pages I'm reading a day. So I'm also going to use these little like flags to try and like mark like where I've started and where I've finished. I haven't read anything today yet. I'm taking the dogs to the vet, so I'm going to read and have breakfast and all that jazz, and hopefully start my first like actual book for the readathon soon. Okay, it is officially the 2nd. It is 12:30 AM and I have just finished Ironside by Holly Black. I have to say I was kind of skimming this, hoping to get through it like as soon as possible. I think I like that one maybe the best out of the 3. I know I've like spewed some negativity, but like for a quick fun read it's good, but it is a little bit problematic. Also, I like to call bullshit on like the blurb for Ironside because it makes it sound like Valerie is involved and there's going to be some crossover. And there is crossover, just not really with Valerie. She's just very much someone in the background, like, yes, a girl with stubble and not much hair. I was really hoping to finish the book earlier. It just didn't happen. But what do you do? What do you do? So I'm going to start the 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I can't see myself getting very far into it because I'm probably just going to like fall right asleep. I'd really love to be Superman and read everything that I planned, but that means I'm going to have to read 500 pages tomorrow to keep my average, or read a bit more every single day. So, fingers crossed. Okay, so it's 10:20 AM on the 2nd. I've been reading a bit of Evelyn Hardcastle. I like read like 2 chapters last night maybe, and I've read maybe like a couple more this morning. So on page 44, I'm interested so far. I'm not sure exactly when it's set, but it's kind of feeling a bit old-timey. Like they have phones and electricity, but it's very like, oh, you devil. Like their language is very indicative, and like what they're wearing. It started off kind of different than I thought it would. I thought we were just going to see it from the perspective of Evelyn Hardcastle for some reason. But no, we're just following this dude that's kind of woken up with amnesia. So already unreliable narrator. I'm suspicious of Sebastian Bell, 100%. But also, there's a butler. And it's always the butler. I'm going to try and take notes while reading this because this is like the book I'm reading for my book club. Also forgot to mention last night because I was a bit tipsy and I was very tired. But this is like an extra book for my TBR. So I didn't make a video for my TBR. Just kind of made a Twitter post. This is my first prompt and it is the dog one. So at this point I'm naked. I'm defenseless, but I have a dog. So I might get some clothes or a weapon next. But like, I'm getting a dog. That's the important thing. So I realized, because I'd calculated my average pages per day if I want to read all of the books I have set aside. But then I didn't recalculate when I added this book. So it's going to be even more than 245 pages a day, which I'm already like way behind. So I might recalculate it. I don't think I'm going to read them all because it just sounds a bit crazy. But I am also going to just try and read like a mad woman. Okay, it's 1 AM. It's the 2nd. I've like done decent reading Evelyn Hardcastle today. I'm 180 pages in. Still like way below by my goal. But like hopefully I can just smash this tomorrow. I'm planning on taking the dogs to a dog park tomorrow. So we'll see. And I'm gonna be tired. So hopefully I can still read. I kind of like the whole time loop aspect because it is, I can't remember what it's called, I'll have to look it up, but it's like the time travel theory where things always happen how they happen, and even you trying not to make it happen is the thing that makes it happen. Like everything is connected, and especially after watching Devs I'm just like yep. I really like that the personality of whoever we're body snatching, like that's really interesting. I got confused because I thought there was like multiple body snatcher people, but that's where the time travel like mind fuckery comes in. It's still the same soul person, but X days ahead or behind where they are. Doesn't that mean that we've done the loop multiple times already? We haven't got it and we're not gonna get it. So someone's gonna have to make some like wild bold moves in there, or we're gonna have to restart the whole loop. Okay, it's 11 PM on the 2nd. It's been a busy day. I have done some reading. I did pause to do some other things because life. But I'm over halfway. I don't even like have a solid guess who done it in this book because there's just so many threads and I'm just like, I'm liking it, but it's somewhat different to what I thought. I have to keep reading and like see how it all comes together to get a full opinion, I think. But yes, it reads quite fast, which I like. So I am at a works, cataloguing the library. Here's my little workstation. These are the ones I've yet to do. This is one of the sticker boxes. I have all these different sticker boxes to colour code with. Just to give you like an overview, there's like a decent amount for our small business. And around to this side as well. And then I'm going to catalogue them into this computer. Take like a lunch break later and maybe read a bit. It's just so quiet because not many people are actually in the building, which is good. So yeah, I might have lunch and read a little bit. I read a little bit this morning and things are a little bit crazy. I still don't know. I still don't even know what to think. So it's 10:46 on the 4th. I haven't read much today at all. I've read 16 pages. Yep. I've been pretty much non-stop most of the day. I've managed to squeeze in a few pages here and there. So I'm going to try and just read as much as I can right now. But by the end of tomorrow, this book needs to be finished. It's too much. It's too much. It's too slow. And I just want to know who the hell is it. Things are getting crazy. Okay, so it's 10 AM on the 6th, I want to say. Anyway, so after midnight, I kept reading last night. I read a bit this morning, so I've read about 50 pages today. I'm so close to the end. I am going to work in the library today, so I'm not going to take this with me because I haven't had a chance to read it any other time. But, shit is shit is hearing the fan. Shit is hitting the fan. So, yeah, we solved one part, but then there was just so much more to unravel. So I'm shocked, and I don't know what the rest of the mystery is going to be. Okay, so it's 4:20 and holy shit balls. I'm so close, but I'm about to teach, which I wasn't meant to be. I'm doing relief for someone, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to finish this. I can't. 9:57, my dudes, and I just finished Evelyn Hardcastle. It's so crazy. It's so crazy, but it's so good. I took so many notes. There's still a few things that I'm like, hold up, does that add up? I don't know. The only thing is, I just kind of wanted to know more about the world outside of the world we were in. But it wasn't really the point. I just thought it was going to go like sci-fi. We're all in a sim. Okay, it's 9:05 on the 6th. I started A Heart So Fierce and Broken last night. So I was just going to wait till today proper to start a book, but I'm stubborn. I only read like I didn't even finish the first chapter because I was that sleepy. But yeah, so I'm on the second chapter, only like about 10 pages in. I do have work today, but only for like a short time. So the rest of the day I'm going to be reading and then going to the shops later. It's the 6th. It's just about 11 p.m. I have not read much today at all. I'm getting really tuckered out from this library job. My back pain is back with a vengeance. It's 9 a.m. on the 7th. I did manage to read a bit more of A Heart So Fierce and Broken last night. Yeah, page 88. Like a nice little dent. I do have work again today. It is getting to the point where like I am slowly finishing up. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it a super long day today. I'll come home, maybe walk the dogs. It's just, I've been getting really sore, so we'll see. And then run some lines, read. That's the plan for the rest of the day. I'm really enjoying Heart So Fierce and Broken so far. I just love the kind of high fantasy worlds we get where it's not like a set time because it's like a new world, but it is kind of like medieval. Like we have horses and like inns that serve stew, and it's just very like cozy. And like already there's like some conflict. I'm liking the new perspective we're reading from. It's one of Karis Luran's daughters, and yeah, she has a very different attitude to the rest of her family, so I'm really interested to see what's going to happen there. I feel like there's a good chance, just because like YA does what it does, that we're going to have her and Grey end up together. They haven't even met yet, but we can't just not have a romance. What? Okay, it's 11 p.m. I've been reading A Heart So Fierce and Broken, and I'm just like getting in a good groove with it. I got distracted by TikTok because I downloaded it and somewhat already regretting that. But yeah, I've got to say I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm enjoying the politics. I'm not liking Ren at all in this book, and I'm loving Grey even more. Yeah, obviously there was like some romantic like compatibility and tension with Grey and Harper. And we're kind of seeing that resurface a little bit. Although I did find it really funny that Leomara was like, yep, I've solved it. That's why he ran away, because they're having an affair, which they're not, but like, I could see it happening. Spoilers. As soon as Grey was like, oh, there's a shadow in my room, I was like, here we go, here we go. It's Leomara, and they're gonna have a cute romance because they can visit each other through their fireplace hidden door. And then, yeah, this is my prediction already. I'm like, Grey is going to marry Leomara, and they're going to rule over Emberfell. And I don't know, we might just have to kill Karis Luran and her sister. I think there's going to be a big betrayal with her sister, where either like her sister's just going to go, I disown you, you're not vicious enough, or she's just going to have to be like, you know what, sis? Sick of your shit. You know what, mum? Sick of your shit. Okay, yo, it's still the 8th. I'm planning on doing a little video, a little funny twist on Shakespeare. At least I think it's funny. But I have been reading a bit of Heart So Fierce and Broken, and I'm just still loving it. So I'm on page 235. So we're making our way. I'm really hoping I can finish it today. I do have like a staff meeting that's just about to happen, and then I have class later on, but the rest of the time it's going to be like reading, making some videos. It's 2 p.m, finished staff meeting, filmed a TikTok and a little Shakespeare parody video, and I have lots of glitter on my face because I was being Mimi Marquez. So I'm going to take some of this off my face, eat some lunch, have a shower, and hopefully read in between there before I have work. So it's the 9th at 9:26. And I realised yesterday that means Tome Topple starts today. But I was hoping to have read a lot more of my other books by now. I'm still on Heart So Fierce and Broken because I just couldn't read anymore. I got tired. So, yeah. At this point, maybe I won't do Tome Topple because I'm already going so slow that I think trying to read my thick boys may not happen. So it's my hair is wet. Ugh. Anyway, I'm so close to finishing Heart So Fierce and Broken, like 30 pages, so definitely finishing that today. And as much as I'm loving it, I normally don't notice these kinds of things, but since it is a lot over and over, there's just a lot of wiping away of tears. Like a lot. It seems like every time we have these characters together, he's wiping away her tears, or she's swiping them away, or she like has the projectile tears, which that can happen, but I feel like they're not that frequent. Like it's just like onto a piece of paper, onto someone's face. And like I understand, she has every right to be crying and upset, but I just wish we could like mix it up a bit, or phrase it differently, or just not have every encounter be like, oh, don't cry, or just be like, or like, okay, this is finished. I'm kind of annoyed at the twist at the end. I don't like Ren. I don't like Ren. I don't like Ren. Grey's Bay. I like Grey and Leomara, and they give me Kale and Irene vibes from Throne of Glass. I don't know. Maybe it's just the whole like healing powers thing, but also I feel like she was redhead. Okay, it is 10 on the 10th. It's Mother's Day. My mum's not up yet, but I'm going to surprise her with, well, she knows it's coming, but breakfast in bed. That's going to happen. And yeah, I started a Quarter Frost and Starlight yesterday, and I got like 99 pages in, like just under 100. I was falling asleep. I'm now like 140 pages in. I haven't got much left. And after that, I am planning on starting The Final Empire and Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. So I kind of have different vibes to read at the same time. Also, yesterday I hit my like highest pages I read per day. I read 228 pages yesterday. Winning. Okay, it's officially the 11th. And I finished A Quarter Frost and Starlight, which was like fun. It did take me like a while to wrap my head around who everyone was again and what specifically had happened. I have started The Final Empire, which is super exciting. I'm very like shortly in. So far, like the writing style isn't too dense, and the like, text isn't like ridiculously tiny. So I'm enjoying that. I'm very tired. Probably gonna work again tomorrow. I'll let you know everything. Okay, so it's just nearly 3 p.m. on the 11th? Yes, the 11th. So I've started the push-up challenge today. I've done 35 push-ups so far. Have 100 left. I think I'm just going to make them squats and sit-ups instead, so I don't die. But with reading, I have been reading Mistborn, or Final Empire, the first book of Mistborn, and I'm enjoying it so far. I haven't read like heaps, maybe like 50 pages today. But yeah, I was going to start a shorter book at the same time, but this isn't as dense as I thought it would be. It's actually quite easy reading. It's not what I expected. I thought it would be, I don't know, I didn't expect it to be like heist, friend vibes. And I'm also wondering if it's going to take the entire trilogy to overthrow this government. We'll see. I'm very intrigued by the whole Inquisitors with the spikes through their eyes. And I'm already liking the like rebellion politics because I feel like in YA they don't really go that deep into it. And I feel like we're gonna go into it. Machinations. Yes. Okay, it's the 14th. I haven't updated in a couple days because there just hasn't been a lot to update. And this vlog's already going to be super long. So I am still reading The Final Empire. I've made like a decent chunk, but like I ideally would like to be reading it a bit faster to finish it and move on to something else. Because I'm so tempted to just start something else at the same time. But then I know I won't go back. And the thing is, like, once I get in the groove, it feels fast, but then I look up and I've only read like a couple pages. But yeah, I don't know, like I'm liking it, but I feel like it has been so hyped that I'm like, I like it, but I'm not absolutely adoring it. But also there is a lot of kind of setup in the first half of the book, so I'm excited to see where we go and where we go with the whole series. So I think I will definitely continue with this series. I might not continue with it like immediately because I have so many things to read. I'm going to stick with this one. And so far I think I like Elantris better. Controversial opinion, I know. I've been watching a bit of Netflix. Shoot me. And I've been wanting to play Sims, but then I'm like, no, read. Alright, hi, it is the 19th. It's been a while since I've checked in. But I just finished The Final Empire. I stayed up last night till about midnight, but after, and I finished this bad boy. I really liked it. I don't think it's like my favourite book of all time. I'm kind of watching back the live stream from the Cosmere along, and I'm just really interested to hear their thoughts. But yeah, I feel like it really picked up and it got very fast and interesting. And I like that it kind of wraps up as its own. But I know there's more. I'm curious to see where the series goes. Obviously, Well of Ascension, Hero of Ages, that's something we've heard about in this book. So I think we're going to get a lot more flashback. I'm almost even thinking that we might not even be following Vin. I'm really surprised. Apparently some people were shipping Vin and Kelsia. No, never at all. And about Ellen, I liked some of their banter at the balls, but I wasn't super invested in them as a couple outside of that, like towards the end. And like the very end, like last page of the book, I was like, that's nice, but I'm not as invested as I would be if it was a more developed romance. But I do feel like the romance is a subplot in this one, which is kind of a nice change, but on the other hand, it's not really having as much weight and depth because we haven't spent a lot of time on that relationship. Okay, so it's still the 19th, I think. Anyhow, it's about 4:15. I'm about to teach a class. Today's been alright. I'm like a chapter and a bit into House of Earth and Blood. So far, I'm enjoying it, but there is just a lot of information being thrown at me. So like, I might need to like keep referring back a bit as I read. We'll see how we go, but I'm already enjoying it. Like I'm just like, oh, it's giving me like Shadowhunters vibes, but like adult with like Sarah J Maas's like flavour, and I like it. I like it so far. I'm interested. At first I wasn't sure if I was going to like the whole urban fantasy vibe, but so far it's working for me, and I want to see more about just everything, but that's the plan. And yes, living my dreams as a librarian, working in the library at Perform Australia. We even have like a scanner, and I've like started like cataloguing the books into this program, and it's fun. Lots of filing cabinets that need sorting, but I like that kind of work. So yeah, I'll let you know when I've actually read more. So yes, I did go for a chunky monkey. I don't know if I will start any of these guys, but we'll see. I might just try and power through this one. Okay, it is the 22nd, the last day of the tome topple, I believe. But I've still got time for the Medieval-A-Thon. That's the main one. And yeah, as expected, I'm still reading House of Earth and Blood. I've made like a decent chunk today. I think I've read about 100 pages. I'm hoping. I'm on page 229. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the banter. Fun. I'm enjoying some of the banter between the characters. It's just like fun and like the snark. I live for it and I can't wait for some characters to get together because it's just very obvious. Okay, it is Friday the 29th of May at 10:51 p.m. I finished House of Earth and Blood today. Go me. I liked it, but I don't think it's my favourite of her books. But also that might change once I've read the whole series. Because I wasn't a fan of Throne of Glass until the end of Crown of Midnight. But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens next. I enjoyed the friendships. I enjoyed the angst. I enjoyed that it was like a somewhat slow burn. Being so close to the end of the readathon, I was debating just not even trying to read any more books for it. But lo and behold, I went and picked up The Cruel Prince. I'm only about like 60 pages in. I just really want to enjoy this. But I feel like I'm at a disadvantage because one, I just finished Sarah J Maas. I know I love her fae. And B, I didn't like her modern day fairy tales. So if this is the same kind of vibe, I don't think I'm gonna like it. And so far it's feeling very juvenile. Like just like the like pranks on each other. Like, haha, we kicked dirt in your food. And I'm just like, this is so dumb. It's so dumb. And then randomly this evening I was like, you know what I feel like reading? A classic. And this like doesn't happen very often. So I was like, I'm gonna take advantage of it. And then I was like, no, you're being dumb. Just finish the book you're currently reading. And then I was like, no, I have to do it. I have to do it. And so after much deliberation, I picked up Slaughterhouse 5, read a page, and I was like, yep, this is what I feel like. And I didn't know what this book was about. I had in my head that it was like about kind of the meat industry because it's Slaughterhouse. But no, it's about time travel and anti-war. And it's already a bit cheeky. We'll see if I end up finishing Cruel Prince. But this weekend's a bit busy. I've started out very strong. And I do have to remind myself that I did read some chonky books this month. So even though I might not reach 7, the pages I've read have been a lot. I just wish I had the steam to sit and read 200 pages a day, but that makes me tired and restless. Alright, let's wrap up the Medieval-A-Thon, shall we? We're like 4 days into June, so it is time. It is time. As expected, and if you've watched this whole vlog, I did not read all the books I thought I would. For a myriad of reasons. One, I was overly ambitious. 2, extra work opportunities came up that I had to snag right up. And I'm just not very good at reading like a maniac. I just read when I feel like it, and I need to mix it up with a bit of gaming and TV watching and just socialising. So let's just go through what I actually finished. So the first book I finished was 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I don't have it with me, I lent it to a friend. You're welcome, Rachel. Hope you read it. It was a riot. It was a riot. It was very much. I liked it, but I feel like I liked the concept better than the execution. I want to read it again to see if I can piece together and make more sense of it because it was just a lot of moving pieces. The second one is A Heart So Fierce and Broken, which is the sequel to A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I think this is going to be a trilogy. Anyway, I loved this. I had so much fun with it. Like, this is like the peak of like YA trashiness. I don't even think trashiness. This is like the peak of like what I like in YA because there was political intrigue, there was like romance, but it wasn't too cringy or too much. And it was just very fast and addictive, and I just had so much fun with it. I think I like this even better. Gray was like one of my favourite characters from the beginning, and I liked him a lot more than whatever his face is. Ren. I like him so much better than Ren, so I was happy. Fine. So I was happy to focus on him in this book. I think he gave us like 4 stars. Might even change it to 5. After that, I read A Court of Frost and Starlight, which you know was like a novella. I found it a bit hard to remember the characters because it had been a while since I'd finished the trilogy. But even reading the trilogy, like, I would like to read it again because keeping like the side characters straight and like their whole history and history with each other was a lot at times. But yeah, so I liked this. I know a lot of people were like, it's superfluous. I hated it, but it was fun. It was cute. I liked the preview at the next book that'll be in the series. Nesta! Okay, no, we don't have the title for it. But yeah, but the next book following Nesta, I'm like really intrigued. And she was just such an interesting character that I hated at the beginning. And then I grew to like, and I just kind of hated her again. And I'm like, she's so complicated. I want to see her arc for sure. So yeah, this made me excited for the continuation. But when's it coming, Sarah? When? When, Sarah? When? I want to read it, Sarah. Hurry up. After that, I read a big-ass book. I read The Final Empire because I've been meaning to read this for forever because everyone's like, oh my god, it's the best thing ever. As well as I'm participating in the Cosmere Along. And I just didn't finish it in time for the live show. So that was frustrating. So I just watched it afterwards. Posthumously, if you will. Well, not that it died, but yeah. And yeah, I enjoyed this. I didn't have quite as visceral a reaction to some of it as other people did based on that live show. Like, it didn't make me cry. I wasn't close to crying. Actually, no. There was one instance, but it wasn't for the same reason as other people. So yeah, so far, like, I like Brandon Sanderson, and I'm really interested to see just the whole Cosme. I'm very excited. This was the only book I managed to finish for Tome Topple, but like, we did it. We made one. That's good. And as everyone like just sings its praises, has an awesome magic system. It's really cool, as well as political intrigue, which I love it. I love it. And I finished the month on House of Earth and Blood, which I finished I think just after Tome Topple. Yeah, and then I had started The Cruel Prince, but I'm still currently reading that because I decided to pick up Slaughterhouse 5, and now I'm like reading 2 books at once again, and I want to make it 3. Yes, anyway, I was really excited to read this. Love Sarah J Maas. I gotta say, it didn't feel very adult for adult fantasy. Like, there was some swearing. It wasn't very racy. I was like ready for them to get down and dirty, and we only got like a snippet. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Crimes of Grindelwald and the fact that it was just a lot of stories in one. Just wish it had been like just refined, or some of it had been put into the next book. Or we'd gone deeper into things. But we'll see where the series goes. Alright, so in summation for the prompts I ended up fulfilling, I had under 300 pages, which was Akafas, and this is what the wardrobe I got for that. Grant of the Dust Jacket was Heart So Fierce and Broken. I got this outfit. Book you have high expectations for was Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood, and I got this weapon. I don't remember what they were, I just like wrote the prompts down because I can't draw. I also managed to get a goat from the Final Empire because it's like high on my shelf, as well as a dog, which was Buddy Reed, which was just my book club book. 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. That's the one. So I averaged it out, which I think was nearly my earlier vlog, that I had to read 260 pages a day to read all the books, which like didn't happen. But I did make it to Princess. So I'm not a queen, but I'm like, I'm Princess. I can live with that. The most pages I read in a day was 228, and that was on the 9th, so pretty early. The least was 0 on the first day because that was because I was finishing another book. Alright, so if my calculations are correct, I read 2,816 pages in May. That's pretty impressive. I'm pretty happy. I don't know how that averages to any other month because that's the first time I've actually compiled that. But yeah, 5 books ain't bad, especially considering 2 of them were thick boys. So yeah, let me know if you participated in the Medieval-A-Thon. Let's talk about books. And yeah, so if you've read any of the books as well, I'd love to chat about them and discuss them, especially if your thoughts are different. I think that's always so interesting. Okay, bye!